All right, folks, May 15th. It's about 1:30 p.m. It's getting quite nice out, almost in time to take off this thin flannel. All right, I don't need anybody to tell me that this is quite pathetic for new seating that was put down last year. I know it is. But we're also pretty lucky that we're looking at what we're looking at. I'll do a little explaining. This was a combination of alfalfa, brome, timothy. Basically a third, and a third. I wanted this, this is a big piece for me. It's a sizable field. You got to go a long ways in the UP of Michigan to find a chunk of property that's in total 20, 30 acres. I'll do some jibber jabbering when we get out of the wind here. Perfecto. What you can't see is about another 6 acres beyond that knoll, way back there on the other side of the house. So, okay, I acquired this property by way of lease last spring. In sufficient enough time, to put down fertilizer on the other ground. that big ridge hill is it's part of this property across the road. There's a grand total of well over 60 acres on this land lease here. Workable, farmable 60 some plus acres. Anyway, this is all low-lying land. Not just this piece that we're sitting on here, but across the road. This piece here is god awful. Last year Mother Nature didn't cooperate with us. I'm sick and tired of saying it, but it's true. I was in high production hay mode when we had that 4-week drought. It was a bunker buster of a first crop of hay. Thank God, because there wasn't a second crop. That hurt. In fact, I fed my last bale out last night. Then it was followed by 4 weeks of nonstop rain. Nonstop rain. Well, this piece of property was it was under a pool. It was awful. If you keep up with the channel, you remember us disking corn stalks in here. Long story short, I got this in extremely late, but I had to. I had to try. Because what would have happened if I'd have just left it be, minding my business, and waited till this year? The truth of the matter is, it would have worked out perfectly. The weather's been phenomenal. But how do you guess that? You don't. You can't. So I took a gamble. I'm going to say the gamble paid off. It's got a ways to go. The health is not. Actually, the health is here. The growth isn't. Hold on here. I think this is my custom guy for planting corn. Yellow. Half hour, seen a bit. Yep, bye. Corn's going in. All right, we got 5 more minutes to gibber, and then I gotta get home, get my corn seed, and meet him out at the field. So anyway, I put it in. I had to gamble. I did it. I think it's good. The saving grace for this property would have been obliterated, if that's the word to use. That's a big word for me. But we got all that snow before a bad ground freezing. Because this wasn't up much. That snow is the only reason, and all that snow is the only reason we are looking at green, and a good amount of it. It's got a ways to go. I went ahead, I failed you in a video last night. I put down 200 pounds of the acre, 2010-24, 2010-26. Because remember, a third of this is alfalfa, if not just a little bit more. And now, what I just did, obviously, I didn't start this video off very good. I've obviously got the grain planter, the grain drill out. Thank goodness for Brad Larson, runs YouTube channel, Northern Wisconsin Farming. Everybody's buddy. I really appreciate Brad. I have for quite some time now. I'm very lucky that I was able to speak to Brad, who's full of information and willing to share it. That's pretty special these days. I caught a video of Brad's not too long ago about interseeding alfalfa. And I remember seeing that video and seeing the title, and I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? I say that with all due respect. I've always been told, not many times, but enough times to say that you cannot interseed alfalfa. It creates toxins, and one or the other will kill off the other, for lack of better words. Well, I had problems here because I've got some strips here. When I ended up planting this, the drill would gum up just a little bit, so there's some strips left, and then there's some shallow spots, and then there's a lot of runoff spots. This is nothing but a runoff lake here, folks. But with a good proper grass growth, this property will be okay. So I was able to talk to Brad. Brad, big tip of the hat to you. Big thank you. I'm very grateful for your conversation. And he gave me a little few tricks of the trades with interseeding alfalfa onto new seeding that needs to be doctored just a little bit. I'm not going to give you the ins and outs. I'm pretty sure Brad already did, and if he didn't, I'll let him do so. That's that's his credit. But anyway, yeah, I hooked up to the drill this morning. I filled up the box with about 2 bags, not even 2 bags of an alfalfa Timothy mix. Brome has to go in the actual planter. I didn't mess with it. So yeah, this is the new property. I need everybody to kind of cross your fingers with me, please. Say a little hope and a prayer here that this takes off. This was put in within minds of this being my go-to high production, high bale count property. With the ever-growing farm and cattle, this is needed severely, and I think we're going to be okay, folks. Last but not least, and of course you've seen the phone call, I gotta go. Oh, never a dull moment. New piece of iron showed up this morning. The piece of iron that we've been talking about, and I kind of been playing a game about, a little guessing game for some time. It showed up this morning. So we're sure to do a video this evening on this new piece of equipment. Hope everybody's doing okay. I got to get rolling. Talk to you tonight.